Twitter just deleted every tweet that I made of my books. When I first created my Twitter account last year, I uploaded my books to my Twitter. And I was just flipping through my Twitter page, and my books are not there anymore. None of the Nancy Valentine books are there, and neither of the Night Moon Asylum books are there. The Little Orphan is not there. I don't know what just happened, but they got deleted from my Twitter. How is that even possible? I don't get it. How is that possible? I put a lot of hard work into those books. Seriously, because like with my first book, I went through serious writer's block with the first Nancy Valentine book. So that was like the second hardest book for me to actually write. Actually the third hardest, because The Little Orphan was the hardest book that I wrote. And the last Nancy Valentine book was the second most difficult book that I wrote. The first Nancy Valentine book was it was difficult because I went through writer's block when I wrote that one, but I can't find my freaking books on my Twitter anymore. Twitter freaking deleted them. I put so much work and tears, literal tears, into those books. When I went through writer's block, I cried a lot when I was going through writer's block because I didn't know what else to do. I couldn't think of anything to write, so at some point there were just days where I would be sitting at lunch and I would just start crying. I would be sitting at lunch at school and start crying because I couldn't think of anything to write because I was going through writer's block. And I guess Twitter doesn't care about my books. How are you just gonna randomly delete 7 tweets? I don't understand it. You just randomly delete Nancy Valentine, Nancy Valentine Vampire Hunter curing Nancy, Nancy Valentine Vampire Hunter finding Angel, Nancy Valentine Vampire Hunter, Vampire Queen, Night Moon Asylum, Return to Night Moon Asylum, and The Little Orphan. I don't get it. I really don't. It makes no sense. Those books were really hard for me to do, especially The Little Orphan. Ask any of my friends that have been around since I wrote the first Nancy Valentine book. They can all tell you that it was hard for me to write every freaking book that I've written. But Twitter just wants to apparently randomly delete my books. Why? Those books were really hard to write. Especially when I went through writer's block with the first Nancy Valentine book. That was the hardest thing I've ever dealt with in my life. Well, one of the hardest things I've ever dealt with in my life, but still. Because when I was going through writer's block writing the first Nancy Valentine book, there was a point where I considered actually deleting the entire book. By this point, I only had 5 chapters. like 5.5, because they started chapter 6, and then I started going through writer's block for the longest time. And somewhere in the middle of that, like, I would like talk to my dad about it, and Megan, and like freaking Alondra. I would talk to like all my friends about it and like try to get their opinions on it. Like, do you guys think I should continue, or do you think I should just give up? They all told me to keep going, but I couldn't think of anything. And I just don't get why Twitter would randomly delete all of my books. It's just stupid. There's a lot of work and thought and tears that went into those freaking books. I don't understand why Twitter would just delete them for no reason. I uploaded my books to Twitter within the first week that I even had Twitter. Because I haven't had a Twitter account for long. I've had it for like probably 4 or 5 months. And my books were one of the first things I ever posted on Twitter. And I guess Twitter just doesn't care, because they just deleted every tweet of my book. I tried to put them back on Twitter. They just, every time I try to put my books back on Twitter, it gets deleted still. And I don't know why. I don't know what's happening. It's really making me mad, because I understand Twitter doesn't understand how much work I put into my books, but I put a lot of work into them. Because, like, guys, some of you might know this, but you guys have no idea how hard writing a book is. Like, if you've written a book and finished it, that's amazing. But you probably know how hard it is to write a freaking book. With me, it drains everything out of me until I finish it and publish it on Wattpad and post it on Facebook and Twitter and stuff. Like, it mentally drains me so much, because there's so much thought that I put into my books, and Twitter just randomly deleting them, that really just made me mad. Because especially with the writer's block, there was a lot of work that went into those. I don't know what I'm gonna do about it. I really don't. I don't know. I'm gonna go see if I'm gonna keep posting them on Twitter and see if Twitter will actually let my books stay on my page again. If that doesn't work, then I don't know what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna go do that. Bye.